It is very beautiful.
So when Trina Tawana told me that Logan told Mommy that he saw Miss Wanda and Daddy here in Mexico, I was like, oh my God, why gotta be my kid with the mouth, right? So he hadn't even told me yet, but Mommy was so shook, she left the country. Thankful my baby had the sense to tell my mama who he saw before everybody ran into each other.
Can I get a chocolate martini? Can you guys do that?
Dos.
Tres.
I decided, you know what? I want to meet my dad face to face with his wife and talk to them both in person because we've never gotten to hear the entire side of the story with her because we have a lot of questions that we've never had answered.
Why did you really get married?
I was lonely.
Why'd you say that?
I didn't have my children around to support me.
But you didn't want us around.
When he got his new wife, he forgot about us.
Where are you, Daddy?
I figure if my dad's there with his wife, it's going to force him to tell us the truth.
Okay, guys, I have an announcement to make.
Hey, what's yours?
Okay, I invited Dad and his wife to dinner.
Toni, you invited who? My relationship with Miss Wanda is very cordial. But, girl, this is not going to end up right. I know y'all want some answers, but guess what? I want none of this parts of this thing.
I think we should clear the air.
Toni Braxton says, oh, by the way, I invited Dad's wife to dinner. I mean, I'm stunned, like, you know, what happened?
I think we should have a talk with Dad and his wife so he knows how we feel. And as a woman.
Yeah, girl, grab some knives.
I think Toni didn't tell us that she invited Daddy and his wife to dinner because she didn't want any resistance. And I have to admit, if Toni told me prior to coming that Daddy was bringing his wife, I probably wouldn't have come.
I'm just saying, I just think we should clear the air. And they're coming now, so I just thought I'd tell you. Hey, Dad! Hey, how are you?
This has never happened in the history of us being the Braxton, that we sat around and talked to Daddy and his wife at one time together. This has never happened. In one room? Mm-mm.
Miss Wanda, you like French food?
I don't think I've ever tasted French food.
It's good.
I don't think.
It's good.
I'm trying to put my best fake face on, like, everything good, but everything ain't good, you know? And so I'm uncomfortable because you know I got a whole bunch of stuff I want to say.
Wait, are we ready to order? Let's order really quick.
Daddy, we'll talk.
The tomato burrata.
Should we do family style?
No. Why are you here on this family vacation? You're my dad's family, but you're not our family. But on the other hand, this gives an opportunity for us to have a forum to speak to Miss Wanda. Daddy didn't come to my wedding, and I would like to ask Daddy why. And I would like to ask in front of her.
Yeah.
And I hope that's not being petty, even though it was so long ago. I would like to know. I think that would give me real, true, honest closure. This gives me a moment to either just listen or say what I have to say.
When y'all get in? Today?
Actually, yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And you know what happened? I was going through the lobby. And
Checking that out.
yeah, after we checked in, this little fellow jumps up and says, Papa!
Logan.
I said, don't tell your mama.
What you laughing at, Toni Braxton?
I told a 3-year-old, don't tell me.
Well, he didn't tell me, but he told my mother. Let me tell you what my daddy jacked up at, okay? Logan's 3, right? And one of his favorite things is play the game of, I got a secret. So when he said, I got a secret, of course he's finna play the telephone game. And that was your ass right there.
Was that a problem?
She was probably just caught off guard, you know what I mean?
Yeah, blindsided.
Blindsided. I'm sorry, Dad, can I stop it? I wanted Daddy to come here, Miss Wanda, because I wanted to clear the air. I thought it was important just to clear it. Can I talk, guys? I just want to I thought it was important to clear it again. I mean, I feel that Daddy has been talking to us, and the relationship between me and Daddy and all of us is not what it used to be, because the situation of how you guys got together, it still makes us feel a little bit uncomfortable, a lot uncomfortable. We don't know what to do. We don't know what to say. We understand Miss Wanda's your wife. We will always respect her, but sometimes we don't know how to be with you, our dad. This is our dad. We love him dearly. Our dad's almost 70 years old.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You're his spouse. Anything happens to our dad today, tomorrow, we got to talk to you.
Trying to appease people, and do things like, I know that the last few years I said, I'm going to do what I can to mend relationships with my family.
Exactly.
When they want to see me, I'm going to see them. And I think I've done that. I spent a lot of time, but sometimes it seems as though it's fruitless, because it's like you're walking on eggs on things.
Our dad is almost 70 years old. He is getting older. And that's why I thought it was important that we all sat here and we talk. Like, what can we do? Miss Wanda, we were so angry with you. We wanted to spit on you and stab you. Coming up on Braxton Family Values.
I saw the scars of my sisters. It was your decision. Do you get that?
You know what? This has got to stop.
Miss Wanda, we were so angry with you. We wanted to spit on you and stab you. My dad played 50% in that. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it's all you. My dad played his role. But as women, this was our family. You understand? This is our unit. We come from a religious background, a spiritual black background. So when we read in the Bible, family, we took it 100%. So we were very angry. We didn't know how to be. We didn't know how to be with my dad. My dad didn't know how to be. No one felt comfortable accepting her because we felt this was the division that broke up our family.
I am not out here trying to hurt anybody.
But Miss Wanda, that's what we're saying. It's about me and our dad, not you.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to say. That's what we're saying, that our dad...
But you're saying that I am the reason.
But how did y'all come to the conclusion that she was the one who broke up the family?
Well, because the communication cut off immediately, Dad.
Miss Wanda was a result of what happened.
That's your philosophy. Y'all weren't divorced, you weren't single, you weren't separated. Do you understand what I mean? So to us, the children, through the views of the children, it's not like, well, mommy and daddy are separated.
And divorced, and daddy found someone new.
Girl, and
blah,
let's
blah,
get to know
blah.
daddy's spouse.
See, I really felt that my business with my marriage did not concern y'all, and to say this one did this one said that, that's not y'all business, because I'm sorry, because I don't ask y'all who did what in y'all affair, who said what, because that's y'all marriage. Y'all know I don't take a part in y'all marriage. Divorce is something that is not an easy thing, and you always go back and you wonder, did I do the right thing? Maybe if this happened, this will change. But whatever decision that you make, you have to make a decision. You have to live with it, because you can't go back and change.
Let me just say, the other colorful elephant in the room is our mother, okay? It's so hard for us, because you have to understand, this is our mom. And I'm not trying to disrespect her, and I'm not trying to hurt her. So I'm always going to have to walk in the door with a conscious decision on how is my mother going to feel.
That's what it is.
Because that's my mom.
How's your mother gonna feel about what?
Tamar, wait a minute.
I'm gonna drink this.
Your mother feels some kind of way when I'm around her. She's uncomfortable when I come around sometimes. What had happened tonight was y'all invited Miss Wanda here.
Yeah, I did.
And I asked you, was your mom coming?
I said
because
no.
I didn't think that would be good to have that situation. But there have been situations that at your wedding, you invited Miss Wanda.
But let me just tell you what that was. That was a +1 situation. Like if you got invited to the Vanity Fair, you know, Oscar party.
That's not true.
No, I'm being honest.
You're not being honest. No, you.
Damn it, Toni.
What happened?
Let me finish. Wait,
Tell your truth.
Wait, my truth is from my wedding.
Tell your damn truth. Just talk. Go. Say it. Go. Go.
My truth was, unfortunately, Dad, I witnessed 2 of my siblings who was brutally hurt at their wedding. Now, you came to Toni's wedding, you walked her down the aisle, but she wasn't happy. Were you happy that day?
No.
My mom and dad were newly divorced. They got a divorce in October, and I got married in April, so the first family function was my wedding. My dad ultimately did not bring his wife, but he showed up an hour and a half before the wedding. But I didn't see my dad till just before I walked down the aisle. And then my mom's upset. She didn't know my dad was going to be there. I'm telling her my dad's not coming. My dad shows up, and she didn't know, so we're pretty much walking down the aisle. So I'm uncomfortable walking down the aisle. It was horrible. My wedding day was not happy.
You came to Toni's wedding, you walked her down the aisle. But Trina, she ain't even married to the son of a bitch, and it still affects her. So I did not want that burden for me. I want who I invited, because I saw the scars of my sisters. I didn't care. So when I say it's you +1, I don't care who your +1 is. I want who I invited. At Toni wedding and at Trina wedding, they ain't have the option to bring a +1. At my wedding, mommy +1, daddy +1. See? It's all how you say it. She's not technically invited.
When it came to Toni's wedding, I was put in a position to say, Daddy, you could come, but you can't bring her.
I did say that.
Okay, that was an ultimatum.
Yeah, but Dad, you're the adult. You're supposed to read between the lines of why she said that.
I can't read between the lines
Y'all taught us at
all the time.
communication skills.
I can't read between...
Wait. I'm sorry. I would like to hear what he has to say. I have to hear what he has to say.
I can't read between the lines all the time because I don't know what y'all are saying sometimes. But Miss Wanda told me, go anyway. I want you to go. Go, that's your daughter, go. Trina got married, was getting married. Daddy, you can come, but you can't bring your wife. Here I am again at the same situation. You can come, but you can't do that. Miss Wanda said, go see your daughter. Get married with your daughter. Miss Wanda has been very supportive of me going to see y'all. And I said, you know what? This has got to stop. It's got to stop to tell me what I can do and what I can't do. I'm your father. Giving me an ultimatum. I'm my child. You don't give me no ultimatum
Toni,
like
you know
that.
that makes it worse?
What makes it worse?
Toni said that your wife couldn't come, but when it came to me, it was like, oh, okay, I have something to prove. And it still hurts my feelings to this day. And I'm divorced, and it still gets to me because my dad didn't come to my wedding and walk me down the aisle, not because he was dead, but because he made a choice not to. That's hurtful.
You should have picked up that phone and said, hey, by you telling me this made me feel this way.
Talk to Trina.
No. Not after her wedding, before her wedding. This is how we need to communicate. This is how it should be.
But that didn't happen, and I can't go back out and change that. You can't change anything with the past.
No, but what I'm
y'all
saying
don't
is
understand.
That's not the point. That's not the point. Everybody's missing it. Everybody's missing it.
I didn't miss it.
No, I got caught because I felt.
What happened?
It's like it's worse. Because all of these years, I think maybe we felt like I wanted to feel like it was Miss Wanda's decision. But hearing that it was your decision not to come is more hurtful than anything. Do you get that? You understand?
Miss Wanda, we owe you an apology.
Really, yeah.
We thought it was because of you.
I'm sorry. It was my...
But we owe you an apology.
Oh my God. You said it. Oh my God.
Coming up on Braxton Family Values.
Every last one of y'all here, when I felt y'all were down, I was there.
You just gotta shoot your kids!
Tamar?
Oh, whatever!
I feel like our lives will never be the same after hearing this new information, and we're hearing the truth.
It's your children! Oh my God!
We started with small talk, like, hi, Miss Wanda, how are you doing? You know, we're doing our pleasantries. It's beautiful here, huh, Dad?
It's gorgeous here.
Have you been here before? Dinner's going good, but I can tell that everyone's a little tense. You know, people fall in and out of love all the time. It happens. We get that. It was the presentation that makes everybody feel odd. Okay. Miss Wanda, what's your favorite food?
Probably lobster.
Lobster. Okay, you got your, like, big, like, 28-pound lobster, and you got the butter on the side?
Yes.
You got that Baltimore ketchup and mayonnaise sauce we make, and hot sauce in Baltimore?
Well,
you know what I mean? But you got your hot, what else you like? What you like? Nice baked potato. You like sour cream on that?
yes.
Good, delicious, huh? But say we took that food, your favorite, we put it on the lid of a garbage can. It's not too delicious, not too appetizing. It's in the presentation. It's how you presented your spouse to us, Dad. That's all we're saying. Obviously, it's this love affair. But what I'm saying is we don't know how to be.
Yes.
Oh my God, all of this time, it's not you, it's my dad, in all actuality. I feel like I jumped into Trina's body and felt the pieces crumbling.
Y'all have to understand to the point that I'm not a woman. I don't understand women's feelings. I'm a man. Y'all don't understand a man's feelings. And sometimes that I feel I take a stand as a man that I'm not going to let someone tell me what I'm going to do, whether it's right or whether it's wrong. I took a stand. Do you think I regretted it? Yes, I regretted it. It hurt me to my heart that I didn't go to my daughter's wedding. I really wanted to go. For me, it was a bad decision. If I did things different, would it have made a different ending to it? I don't know. I don't know what put y'all in the position to have to tell me what I can do and what I can't do. But
Tamar, it's a certain point when you just gotta choose your kids.
Tamar?
Oh, whatever. No, Trina.
You're not hearing, Tamar. I didn't say.
Your kids. Over whatever, it doesn't matter. Your feelings, Miss Wanda feelings, mommy feelings. It's your children. Oh my God.
I love my children, but you do not dictate to what I do. I don't care. You're still gonna be my child.
It was his choice not to be there. And that is gut-wrenching because he made a decision not to come. Not because he was crippled, not because he was invalid, not because he died, but because he made a conscious choice not to be there because his wife wasn't invited. I never thought it would be my dad that would not want to come to my wedding.
This is our father. He's almost 70 years old. He ain't perfect. He ain't perfect. We're not perfect.
I've done some wrong things in my life, but I can't go back and rechange what I've done in the past. If I was a murderer, I have a parole by now. I'd be out, but I'm not. I'm still reliving the same thing I did 17, 18 years ago. What can I do to change it? Yes, this happened. What can I do about it now? I'm just
Listen. The devastation has to take a back seat. At the end of the day, look right here. He is still here. All of the hurt, all the pain, all the anguish. It's real and it's reality. But guess what? We can pick up the phone and we can call our father and we can hear his voice. And that is the thing that is the most important in our lives. All the other stuff
don't matter.
That is just stuff.
Listen.
It's just stuff.
And Tamar, I'm not saying whatever happened in the past, just throw away. But you can't do a darn thing what happened in the past. What are you going to do about it now? What are you going to do? And every last one of y'all here, when y'all got in some trouble, when I felt y'all were down, I was there.
That's not true. I was in the hospital with blood clots and getting ready to die. You did not come to speak.
Do you think I wanted to be there?
Why didn't you?
Tamar, can I come there every chance that I can? Can I?
Daddy, I was on my deathbed. They didn't think I was going to make it. Are you serious?
I wanted to be there. Did I throw that up?
You did not come to see me. Me.
I just know during that time when Tamar was in the hospital, Daddy could not fly. The doctor told him he can't fly more than 2 hours, period.
Daddy was sick.
I'm taking blood pressure pills. I'm taking nitro pills now because I can't fly. I can't do certain things. I can't do it.
I have to go. I left, and I had to go and get myself together before I made the situation worse with my mouth. I felt myself getting ready to say things that I would possibly regret.
You're not gonna sit here and beat down our dad.
I'm not doing that either.
We're not gonna do that.
Ever.
But what we are gonna do is tell our truths.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna accept his truths.
Yep.
And we're gonna tell each other when it hurts us, and I want you to tell us when we hurt you. And that's important. That's what family is about. Everything's not gonna be great, and it's not gonna end today, but this is the first time we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it in front of Miss Wanda. We got to talk about it in front of our dad. We got one dad and one mom. And for us, that's all we care about. That's all we care about. But I'm so glad we talked about it. I'm so glad I have a better understanding of things that I didn't have before today.
All I want to say is that Miss Wanda has been very supportive of me going to see y'all because y'all, it was a time that I didn't come see y'all.
We didn't know till you took right now. We thought it was this woman that was keeping our dad away because you, Dad, made the choice to say, I'm not coming. But we found out you was hurting, so guess what? Hurt people hurt people.
How hard do you think it was for me to face y'all? Do you think it was hard? Yeah, to face y'all, knowing that y'all hurt. And when I got around y'all, I could see the hurt and the pain in your eyes and in your heart. That's hard for me, too. I just don't know what else to say.
I love my dad. I'll always love my dad. I'll always respect my dad. But there is always going to be that little gap based upon his choice. But I still love him, and I'll be right there for him. But it's very disheartening.
Chico?
I love you, Papa.
Well, I'm glad you came.
Me too.
And I'm glad Miss Wanda came, and I'm glad that we were all here, and I'm glad we got to talk. Go check on your wife. I want to see you before we leave.
Okay. I make apologies for what I've done in the past. But I just don't want to relive that over again. I don't want to go back in the past, and I'm just ready to move on.
It was a conscious choice.
That's the
And to hear that, I'm sure.
Got it.
It was a conscious choice.
Tini.